Well, hello everybody. Welcome back again to my kitchen. I'm your chef, Meherwan Irani, aka the champion of chaat, the sultan of street food, also known as the Shaggy Chef. Chai Pani Mom behind the helm. Hi, Chai Pani Mom.
Hi.
And a beautiful cup of chai. Look at that color. Somebody said they missed me slurping on the chai, so here we go. Oh my God, that is delicious. Remember this cup, honey? Remember we bought this in...
Of course.
In Deruta, that little stall. Those are the days, right, when we could travel?
Never forget.
Never forget. All right, so what are we doing today? Today we're doing another Maharashtrian iconic street food snack called Sabudana Vada. Sabudana are tapioca pearls, and they're easily found either in most grocery stores, 100% in an Asian grocery store, and if all else fails, online. So this particular fritter is kind of polarizing. Some people love the texture of the tapioca pearls and they love sort of the chewiness and the gumminess of them, and some people hate it. So I've come up with a version that basically combines the best of both worlds. Enough of the tapioca where you can get a little bit of crispiness and chewiness, but also enough potato to where you don't have a mouthful of what feels like just pure tapioca starch, which for some people can be a little off-putting. This particular recipe we're making at Chai Pani is an absolute hit, and I'm going to show you how to make it at home today. The only thing you need to figure out and worry about is how to get yourself some tapioca, and I'll give you guys some hints after the video of where you can find the sabudana, or the tapioca pearls. Alright, so let me show you what all that looks like. So this is what the tapioca pearls look like after they've been soaked in water for about 2 hours. This is the original size of the tapioca pearls. And let me show you the difference in the size. So when you first get them, they're these tiny little balls, and they're kind of obviously hard and starchy. And then when you soak them, they puff up to almost double in size and become soft and smushy. So you don't want to soak them too long because you don't want them to turn completely into just a starch sludge. But look, we're trying to get
Starch sludge. Wait, Chai Pani's saying you can make them.
Of course you can make them. You can make anything. You can make olive oil. You can make chaat masala. But today we're going to buy them instead, because that's a hell of a lot easier than trying to make these yourself at home. And the other ingredient we have is potatoes. So as far as the recipe, we'll throw it up online, but in terms of proportions, this is roughly about a half cup of the tapioca pearls that when soaked have probably turned into about a cup and a half. And this was 4 medium-sized potatoes, which boiled and smashed is probably about a cup and a half of boiled and smashed potatoes. So the ratio is about 50-50. Half sabudana, tapioca pearls, 2 potatoes. If you need tips and tricks on how to boil a potato and know if that is done, the internet will help you out. I'm not here to help you do that today.
Farhan is here and he wants to know if he can make the potatoes.
Yes, you can even make the potatoes, grow them at home. So let's get into it. Of course, let's talk about our beautiful mise en place here, all laid out for you guys. I'm trying to make these videos snappy, so I'm trying to do all the knife work ahead of time, save you guys the trouble of watching me cut,
Hi, fish.
Or make potatoes from scratch. Fish! Salam sab! Farhan!
The whole family's here.
The whole family's here. Okay, so for about a cup and a half of mashed potatoes, and a cup and a half of tapioca pearls. So also you got about 3 cups of starch. In that I'm going to put about a healthy quarter cup of fine diced red onions. Why do we want them fine diced? We don't want them too big and chunky because if you remember the Lamberger episode, we talked about this. We don't want these pieces being too big because the fritter will fall apart and it won't pack together as tightly. So you want it fine diced. About a healthy quarter cup of finely chopped cilantro. A healthy tablespoon of ginger, fresh ginger peeled and diced small, an equivalent amount of garlic, about a healthy tablespoon of garlic, a tablespoon of green chilies. I de-seeded the chilies for you, Chai Pani Mom, so that takes some of the heat off.
Yay.
And fun tip over here, guys, it's not just the seed that has the heat in it. What you wanted is the pit, that white stuff on the inside that the seeds are attached to.
Really?
That's where the highest concentration of the oil is that obviously gives chili peppers heat. So if you carefully remove the pith along with the seeds, you'll get the flavor for green chili without all that heat in it.
See, I'm even learning things on these cooking
and
shows.
Some curry leaves. And this I'm so excited about. You know why? because I just
Because
harvested.
you made them.
I made my own curry leaves. Yes, I practically did. I just harvested my first curry leaf from my plant, which my good friend Tom and tutor Verghese Alexander gave to me about a month ago. The pet plant is flourishing. Verghese is doing fantastic in the summer, and I just took one of the bigger leaves off. I used half the leaves off here. The rest of these I'm going to pluck, let them dry out. Just leave them outside, and they'll dry at room temperature in your house, and then store them in a jar. And here's what it looks like when you dry out the leaves. You can see them. So if I didn't have fresh curry leaves, I would have had dried curry leaves. But since I got fresh, let's go fresh. Now, folks, if you can't find curry leaves, don't worry. This recipe will be equally as delicious without the curry leaves. But having it gives it that little extra,
Something.
that little extra something. And don't I look like Bob Ross again? And here at my beautiful palette. As I stir up my spices.
We can't see them because of the reflection. Hold
Yeah.
on, there we go. There's your palette.
So the spices in here, guys, are really simple. In fact, minimal. I've got about a half a teaspoon of turmeric, half a teaspoon of Kashmiri chili powder. That's my favorite chili powder. Use whatever chili powder you have. It'll be fine. And another super secret ingredient, hing. Asafoetida powder. We talked about this last
one,
time.
right?
It's this one over here. It is literally the resin of the Asafoetida plant that's been then dried and powdered. It smells like farts.
Lovely.
But the best part about Asafoetida, besides its amazing flavor, it also helps alleviate gaseous pains. So quite often we use Asafoetida when we cook lentils and beans. And it does two things. Adds amazing umami and flavor. Think of it as the fish sauce of Indian food. Smells god-awful, and when you add it to food, tastes delicious. Also, if you can't find hing, Asafoetida powder, and a jar like this lasts about a lifetime, because we just use such small quantities of it, don't worry. It's just a nice to have, not a have to have. You'll still have yourselves a delicious tapioca and potato croquette without the hing. But please tell me that you can find the rest of these ingredients, including turmeric powder and Kashmiri chili powder. If you don't know where to find them, go to spicewalla.com. And we will ship them to you with a smile. All right, guys, enough yapping. Let's start kneading. Any questions, honey?
Other than Vish wondering where your knife placement is, but you did all your prep ahead of time.
Exactly. People got.
We have Spicewalla placement instead today.
Oh, yes. That's what I've done before. I usually keep a little knife in here that just blows Vish's mind. He doesn't realize the knife is actually in a sheet. He thinks I just got a knife stuck there in my pocket. Which, hey, in all fairness, I couldn't be crazy enough to do that.
He does. He does know you well. Oh, Vish has a very important question.
Yes.
Where are the crushed peanuts?
I was waiting for somebody to come up with a crushed peanut question. Okay, so Maharashtra, Sabudana Vada, this is a Maharashtrian, the state that I'm from, sort of the central western state of India, the major city being Mumbai. But up on the Deccan Plateau, we have our own very distinctive cuisine that tends to be peanutty, garlicky, red chili, oniony, because those grow really well up on the Deccan Plateau and that climate up there. And much of our dishes use garlic and peanut chutney, or have peanuts incorporated in a lot of our dishes, especially our little snacks. And I grew up with a mixed relationship with peanuts. I love them in some applications, and I don't like them in others. And one of the few applications in which I don't like peanuts, and this is a personal thing, Vish, so you don't take it personally, it is in my Sabudana Vada. I just feel like the little chunks of peanuts there, for some people that may be delightful. For me, it takes away from the subtler flavors that I want and the freshness that I want going on in there. So, if you want to make it in the traditional style, the only other ingredient you'd have is probably about a healthy tablespoon of just crushed peanuts. And you'd mix that in there. And you would have yourself a completely traditional Sabudana Vada. But there's nothing traditional about snacks and street food. Just like there's nothing traditional about, just like there's only no one way to make, pizza. There's no one way to make any of this stuff. And get your personalization on here. For example, if you can't stand curry leaves, then don't put it in. If you have a problem with cilantro, leave it out. Try substituting something else. Have fun. This is just my version. Take it and go. Okay. And the only other ingredient missing in this, obviously, honey, is the salt. And we're going to make sure you put that in there. So we got all this good stuff in here. Let's just go ahead and mix it all together, right?
How much of that asafoetida did you put in?
All of this stuff is half a teaspoon.
These portions,
Yeah,
okay.
and guys, this is all I'm giving you proportions quarter cup. I mean, give or take. These are all fresh ingredients. You're making what would you call it? A potpourri of flavor. The spices are very light. That's the only sort of recommendation I make is don't go heavy in the spices. And don't start putting things like garam masala and curry powder and all of that. I know I said personalize it, but the idea behind this dish is not all about spices. It's all about freshness of ginger and garlic and cilantro and chilies and curry leaves if you can find them, right? And these spices are here just to give some nice background notes. All right, just got it all in here. See, easy peasy. Let me give it a good mix first.
I'm really trying to find an angle where that's not washed out.
I know. This is the problem with our overhead lights here, guys. We're not in
There
a
we go.
professional Hollywood studio.
Okay, I
We're
got
in
it.
my home,
I got an angle.
in the home kitchen, of course.
What about acid? Vish, of course, with all the good technical questions.
Yeah, so I don't put any acid in here because the acid will come from the dunking of the sabudana. So you can enjoy this with coconut chutney, ginger chutney, tomato chutney, green chutney, sweet yogurt. I mean, it's a dunkable item. Think of what you dunk a potato chip in or a croquette in. And my personal favorite to dunk these things in, Maggi Ketchup. And that's where my acid will come from, is in my Maggi Ketchup. Okay, so I give this a little mix, and now I'm going to go ahead and put my masalas in there. And nice healthy pinch of salt or two.
Tell people what we're cooking one more time. I guess the
We
tag
are
didn't show up
cooking
today.
Sabudana Vada, tapioca and potato fritters, Irani style. And Irani as in me, not as my culture. I do not speak for my people. Please. I'll be ostracized if I start speaking for my people.
That's right.
Because they're like, we have never met an Irani like this fellow. He does all these strange things. Well,
Okay,
for people that know my family history, my mom is Hindu Brahmin from Dehradun. My dad is Parsi, Zoroastrian. And here we go. All right, guys.
What about sugar? Vish wants to know.
Why? ¿Por qué? Actually, no. I mean, I'm not being rhetorical. I'm curious. I haven't put sugar in there before. I think Vish is just making up stuff for me to put in
He's
there.
trying to harass you. He's trying to make you think and chew gum at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. He knows I'm going to mess it up if he starts talking to me about all of this stuff. All right, guys. We are close to, let me get all this rest of this goodness in there. We're close to patting up and croqueting. So, these are the restaurants. We add, I would say the potato ratio is a little bit higher, and we add a little bit of starch, rice flour, as a binder to hold us together. Because we fry them in a fryer, and when you drop these kind of croquettes in a deep fryer, there's a tendency for them to sometimes explode or separate in the fryer, right? But you can also pan fry these in a shallow pan with oil, and in that case, then they won't explode. So that's what I'm going to do today. You guys have seen me frying in pots before with lots of oil, but we're going to pan fry these. And that way, A, you use less oil, and B, you don't have to worry about these suckers just exploding all over the place. All right, let me try a little bit for salt. Nailed it. I mean, I'm trying to come up with something to put in there. I don't have anything, folks. It's good to go.
That's a good sign.
Good sign.
Okay, so how big of a clump are you grabbing?
I'm grabbing, well, you know what? Given the size of this pan, I'm going to make smaller clumps. So let's go golf ball size, roughly. Small golf ball size clumps.
Vish is putting in a pitch for me to get to taste test a couple of them with a squirt of lemon and a pinch of sugar.
Already in there?
I think that's what he means.
Okay, I mean, I don't doubt anything Vish tells me to do.
I want to try Vish's recipe too.
Okay, so this is what we're making, guys. A little patty. I took a golf ball size, and here's because I'm pan frying them in a shallow pan. I don't want them too thick. I want them thin enough to where about, more than half, the oil goes more than halfway up. It may not be completely submerged in the oil, but it wants to be at least,
Yeah, Vish said in the actual dough.
All right, let's check and see if the oil is hot enough. There's two ways to do it. We can use a temperature gauge, or I'll also have my onion test. Yes, if the onion sizzles, it's ready to roll. And
What kind of frying oil did you use?
I just use safflower oil to fry with. And let's make a second one. Golf ball size. Pat it together. If your mixture seems a little dry, Then add some more potato to it. If you ran out of potato and it still seems a little dry and is not quite sticking together, add a little bit of rice flour and it'll stick together. And let's lay this bad boy in slowly. And how many should we make, honey, for the good people at home?
All of them.
All of them? Okay.
Well, we'll save some for Aria when she gets back tonight.
All right, you're gonna love these because I didn't make them spicy. They really have a lot of that sort of fresh flavor, honey, without all that heat and without all that masala. Ari's gonna love them. And you know what's perfect? I mean, it's been a rainy day today. It's been drizzling outside a little bit on and off. We had a thunderstorm this afternoon, and I can't think of a more perfect way to spend a rainy, thunderstormy, summer monsoon afternoon than with a cup of chai and some crispy Sabudana Vadas. All right, I'm just gonna put 3 in for now.
Oh, I can't wait for that combo. Chai and crispy Sabudana Vada.
And now you folks have the absolutely fascinating prospect of watching me fry. I mean, honestly, given how much Indian street food is fried, you know, I'm surprised that the state fair isn't the national sort of
Fry festival.
It's a national holiday in India. It's where we can all just get away with frying food. But we don't have to worry about state fairs because we fry our food on the streets. All right.
Jesse's
Can
asking.
you smell it?
Oh yeah, it smells amazing.
Does it smell amazing?
Jesse's asking what kind of dip do you use? You had mentioned
We already
Maggi
talked about
Ketchup.
this. Anything you want. I mean, that's the wonderful thing. There's a potato base, there's starch base, so they go so fantastic. Here's some ideas. If you're have a store nearby where you can buy this, or you yourself are in a Indian, you know, familiar with Indian chutneys, a coconut chutney, or a ginger chutney, or a garlic chutney, tamarind chutney, green chutney, any of the Indian chutneys, this goes fantastic. Like a dry garlic and coconut chutney. Oh, but if you're like me and you like, you know, mixing things up a little bit, I'm going to have these with Maggi Ketchup. Having said that, as Sam discovered last time, I don't actually have Maggi Ketchup. The great Maggi Ketchup shortage in America is causing all kinds of problems, but I do have regular tomato ketchup and sriracha, and my combination of the two. What happened to our fish back, honey? No, oh, here it is. Here it is. I've got a.
Male refrigerator blindness is sitting right here.
Okay, thank you. All right, are you showing the good people what's going on?
Yes.
All right, look. So I'm going to flip this over.
Oh, spiced yogurt.
Spiced yogurt?
Somebody
Yes,
said yogurt. Fish added spiced yogurt. That all sounds great.
all sounds great. Let's get.
What would you spice it with? Like cumin
I mean,
or
you can
something?
make raita basically, which is essentially spiced yogurt. You could do sweetened yogurt too. But at Chai Pani, we've served these things with sweetened yogurt and green chutney, or sometimes Maggi Ketchup. And a little dusting of chaat masala on these will also be fantastic.
That green mango, I mean that green chutney with sweet yogurt combo is super popular at Chai Pani.
Yeah, Chai Pani. Look, guys. So this technique, if you will, it's less about technique. It's more about a ratio. This ratio of potato to sabudana and how skinny I made them is going to basically give you a crispy, crunchy sabudana on the outside with that bite, and then the texture of the potato on the inside, that soft. I mean, it's really, I think it's a mind-blasting combination. And I love the Sabudana Vada in Maharashtra, but every time I had one, I'm like, why does this have to be so gummy? Why can't, and maybe that's what traditionally what the whole texture of a Sabudana Vada is supposed to be, but me being me saying, surely there's a way to capture some of the fun parts of Sabudana without it necessarily being so gummy and tapioca-y. So this was my tweaked up combo, and we run this thing as a special.
It's
I'm
yummy.
very excited. Very excited. All right, guys, we're getting pretty close. Let's take a look at plating situations. Plating is important at home, folks. I mean, if you're making any of my food at home, if you don't plate the way the food should be plated, I'll be coming for it. I'm just kidding. It's like, well, why do we plate at home, honey? It's just leftover restaurant habit.
It's a habit.
It's a
well, it
restaurant
makes
habit.
it fun. We can't really eat out much right now.
There's not a whole lot. If I had a banana leaf going across this right now,
Yep.
That would have been perfect.
Ranch, dressing. Vish had so many good ideas today.
Just look at this man. I thought I was the crazy guy.
That's somebody that lives in the South.
There you go. Next thing is going to recommend Duke's Mayo with this, which probably would be terrible. I mean, if you can dip a potato in it, it probably is going to be delicious.
That's right.
Um,
So what are you looking for?
I'm just looking for, golden brown crispiness on the outside. The potatoes are already cooked. right?
Okay.
Because I boiled them, so we're not worried about that. And the tapioca, I just want to get them from to a crunchy phase, to where they're not just sort of gummy. It's less about cooking the tapioca and more about getting the desired amount of crispiness on the outside. And the inside's going to steam and cook and be just fine. Yeah, I'd say I'm about, another minute away from calling it, because that's the color I want all around. And I'm trying to get that dark, that golden brown, because I really want maximum crispiness on the outside, obviously without burning it.
Okay, what is comeback sauce?
That's a Vish thing.
Yeah, it is.
As far as I can tell, it's like mayo and tomato ketchup mixed together with some stuff in it, but
Is that a Southern tradition?
it's a Southern thing. You get hush puppies and comeback sauce. But Vish, give us a little comeback sauce recipe here, man. All right, guys, I'm gonna call it while we're waiting for Vish to come back with his comeback sauce. Let's put these in a little paper towel so we can strain them out.
Buxton might know what comeback sauce
I'm sure
recipe
we'll
is.
know what a comeback sauce is. A good comeback sauce recipe is. Alrighty. You know who makes a great comeback sauce?
Oh, it's a Mississippi.
John Fleer at Rhubarb's got a fantastic
Really?
comeback sauce with his hush puppies.
Oh, I've had that. Okay, now I know what you're talking
Now you know
about.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I think it's like mayo, paprika, a little bit of spice, heat, ketchup, something. All right. Look at that, guys. Don't those look beautiful? Don't they look? And look how easy this whole thing was.
So easy.
A little bit of knife work, a little bit of prep, and some frying. I mean, I could have actually had even less oil in the pan. This is amazing. This reminds me of a kadai, that Indian wok.
Yeah.
You see the street food in India being cooked in. They usually have the giant versions of this. And this was the good folks at Staub USA gave this to me. Again, they don't endorse me. They don't sponsor me. I'm just giving a shout out because that product is actually amazing.
Fish, we need to make this happen. Fish is he's going to share the recipe when he comes on the show, so we got to do that.
Well, Vish is absolutely coming to the show.
Open invitation, Fish. You let us know when.
Sabudana Vada. I'm gonna hit it with a little chaat masala. If you guys don't have chaat masala at home, please go to Spicewalla and buy some chaat masala. This one was a collaboration with Indianish, with my good friend Priya Krishna, in honor of her book coming out. So it'll say Indianish chaat masala, but I remember having to do a chaat masala taste test where we took the standard MDH brand chaat masala, which all Indians are familiar with, and then we made our own and we blind tested it.
Crushed it.
I was nailed it. Crushed it. So what is chaat masala? Well, it's green mango powder and black rock salt are its essential components. It gives a little bit of zing and acidity and a little bit of funkiness. So a little bit of that on top. And everything's salted here, so we're not doing this because of salt. We're just doing this because of flavor. And I'm going to put my dipping sauce next to it.
Oh, thanks, Fish. He's going to email you the recipe so you can put it on your site if you want to.
Love it, love it. We will absolutely put it and give Vish full credit for a comeback sauce recipe and just a little bit, me and my plating, honey. But I'm saying little raw green onions.
Look at this pretty East Fork plate you got going on today.
I know. Oh yeah, this is Meherwan Irani can't resist an East Fork sale when it
Oh,
happens.
it was a second sale. I
A
scored.
second sale, so we scored and got some beautiful East Fork plates. Shout out to our friends over there. And guys,
Yeah.
come on, baby,
So
come
good.
on. Cup of chai,
That
crispy tapioca
is a good
fritters.
thunderstorm day snack.
Thunderstorm day snack. I mean, isn't that pretty? Now, I really want to take a bite out of this, but I know Nicole will kill me if I don't get a photograph of this first. So just one. I can make her another one, can't I?
Wedge of lemon. Well, you're going to make me another one with Vish's idea.
Okay.
Squirt of lemon and
Squirt of
sugar.
lemon and
We're going to try that later.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and try one over here. Look at the inside of that, honey. Look how the potatoes are just golden, crispy. I'm going to take a bite. Just look. Can you hear that
That's
crunch?
crispy. Wait, I want to show them the inside of this because you were moving too fast before. There we go. Can you see that? The lighting's weird. There's the shot I wanted you to have. Yum.
The tapioca, the sabudana is perfectly crunchy and crispy and it just pops in your mouth. All the flavors are really, honestly, I'd probably have got a little bit more ginger in there, just because I got a pop of ginger in my mouth by one of those little chunks of ginger and I wanted more. So maybe I'd put a little bit extra ginger. But guys, personalize it. If you like it garlicky, put more garlic. If you want those peanuts, put those peanuts. But my only recommendation, just like with the lamb burgers, go easy on the spices. Keep it simple. A little hint of turmeric, a little hint of chili powder, done. If you got hang, fantastic. If you don't worry about it. It's all about the potatoes, the tapioca, the crunchiness, and the fact that you can dip this in all kinds of fun things, including some comeback sauce that our good friend Wish is going to send us. All right, guys, we did it. 30 minutes, in and out.
Done.
Thank you, everybody, for watching today. We did give a shout out to our good friend Verghese, didn't we? With the curry leaves.
Oh, yeah. We missed Verghese today, but we'll tell him to watch the recording.
Leaves, Thank you for the recipes, Vish. We'll see y'all hopefully next Wednesday at another Chai Time Quickie. If you guys have suggestions for stuff you'd like me to make, please DM me or post on my channel. This video will be up at Spicewalla. It'll also be up at Meherwan Irani, and the recipe will be on Spicewalla's blog. Just go to spicewalla.com, click on recipes, and this will be up there soon. All right, love you all. See you guys next time. Thanks again. Bye, Vish. Bye, everybody.
Bye,
See
Farhan.
you later. Bye, Farhan.
Molly
See you
Milroy.
later.
Bye, everybody.